What's up, guys? Barbarian and Bust here today, and we watched the developer live stream, and we got some really interesting information. But to start with, new max level is level 60, and when you start the game, you can only do normal and hard. You'll have to beat the new portion of the campaign, or the prologue. They said you have to beat the prologue in order to get expert. Penitent is going to be once you hit level 50. We have 8 levels of difficulty now instead of 4. Reminds me a little bit of D3, but it seems like it scales quite high. And these are going to be the torment level difficulties that are going to be available once you hit level 60. That's our new max level for our skill points, and then we get Paragon points. And with these torment levels, you get some item changes. So with these first 4 levels, your max item level is now going to be 750, and you're just going to get, shall we say, regular items. Once you reach to the torment, that's when items are going to be able to max out at item power 800, and every single ancestral item is guaranteed to have at least 1 greater affix. So this is absolutely awesome. Every single one is going to have at least 1 greater affix. That's huge. I think this is a really good change, and I really like this. Also, we are getting 1 new Paragon board. This is what it looks like here. Basically to deal with earthquakes and dust devils. Not my favorite playstyle, but it's still cool that we're getting a new board. Also in the live stream, they showed that we are getting a new weapon mastery skill of Mighty Throw. And if you look through the patch notes, which I'm going to show in a minute, this looks like it's going to be pretty cool. I'm really excited to see how this plays. Mighty Throw with Warrior's Mighty Throw is going to be awesome. 12-second cooldown, so very similar to Death Blow. Base skill, you hurl your weapon, dealing 60% weapon damage. Upon impact, sticking into the ground. Then your weapon pulses, dealing 15% weapon damage every 4 seconds. But when you put on Warrior's Mighty Throw's impact deals 200% increased damage and stuns enemy for 2 seconds. I like that. I think that's pretty cool. That's the one I'm going to try out. So this, I think, is really neat. Really looking forward to giving that a try. We are also getting runes. For everyone who's ever played Diablo 2, these runes work a little bit different. They're a generator and a spender instead of just the rune gives you power. But I think runes are going to be a really good addition, and it seems like most of the runes are actually going to give us other classes' skills. So that's really cool. We could technically have a barbarian that uses teleport. That sounds kind of funny, but that'd be kind of neat, you know? So I'm really excited to see what happens with these runes and how it really changes the game. I think they're going to be really cool. And with the runes, if you get 3 of 1, you're going to be able to actually craft them into random legendary ones. This is absolutely amazing. I think this is going to be really good. And these are also tradable, which I think is also great. So that's some of the more generic things. Now let's go over some of the barbarian specific items. We have some new passive skills. This key passive, Barbed Carapace, this is going to be for your Thorns build. I think this is awesome. So we're going to use this with the Razor Plate, and I think a Thorns build is definitely going to be possible. We have another passive skill, Belligerence, which is going to buff our basic damage builds, which aren't really needed, but we'll take it. Heavy Hitter, so our ultimate's going to deal more damage. That's awesome. Warpath, I'm looking forward to this one, as this is going to increase our damage after we overpower. So I'm thinking of course, Upheaval. Maybe will be viable in Season 6. I'm really hoping so. With this, also the Death Blow build in Season 5. This would benefit from that greatly. And then what I'm really looking forward to is Irrepressible. Casting a weapon mastery skill fortifies you for up to 30% of your max life. That's huge. Every time you steal Grasp or Rupture, this is going to, Fortify now is going to be a mainstay in every single barbarian build, if it's not already. I mean, some of my builds don't always have it, but with Irrepressible, it's going to be a no-brainer. The Ugly Bastard helmet, I think, is pretty funny. Really want to give that a try, where it makes your berserking damage turn into fire damage Some other key things that I want to go over is with the temper recipes. The temper recipes got changed. Bleed innovation. This is awesome. I love this. Now, utility recipe for rend effect size and rupture size and ranks to hamstring. I'm just going to go over some key things that are awesome. So the brute innovations, all the size things are now going to be on a utility aspect, which is absolutely amazing. And the core augments, I think, is really neat because now you have a chance to deal double damage. And we need to see how high the percentage is, but Upheaval could have a really good build with Upheaval size, with, 50% chance to deal double damage. Then with the overpowers, I'm thinking Upheaval, I'm really hoping that Upheaval is going to be good. They did make some changes to Ground Stomp. So the percent chance to Ground Stomp hit twice, we'll go over Ground Stomp in just a minute, but that actually might be absolutely amazing. And the new Weapon Mastery augments are absolutely amazing as well. Death Blow deals double damage. Think about the Death Blow build right now, and then imagine if we could deal double damage with it. Huge. Like I said earlier, the new board, the Force in Nature, is basically for Dust Devils and Earthquakes. I think that's going to be a main playstyle for Barbs in Season 6 as well. Another temper recipe that I wanted to go over is one that I'm very excited about is the bleed augments. This is huge. Skill ranks to cut to the bone. Let's just stop right there. That is so good. I feel like that might get nerfed and that might actually get taken off once they realize how good it is, because cut to the bone increases your damage so much. I am so happy and so shocked that they put this on the bleed augments. Then they have chance for Ren to hit twice, which is also absolutely amazing. I have a new Ren video coming out very shortly, and if you could double the damage on the Ren video that I'm about to put out, that would be crazy. And then a chance for Rupture to also deal double damage is crazy. One thing I didn't think made sense is that they moved the Flay duration, because I still think where Flay is a bleed skill, I still think it should go for the bleed augments, but because we get ranks to cut to the bone on our bleed augments, that's massive, and I can't wait to get to roll that on my weapons, because that's going to be huge. Earlier I talked about Ground Stomp. Ground Stomp got a complete change. So damage increased to 20%, and Enhanced Ground Stomp now acts like the Diablo 3 Ground Stomp, where it gives you Fury, and it increases the stun duration, which is amazing. But now Tactical Ground Stomp is amazing. Ground Stomp is now a brawling skill and deals 800% increased damage to bosses and applies vulnerability for 4 seconds. Tactical Ground Stomp is amazing, and that is a game changer. Back in the temper recipes where it could say that Ground Stomp could stomp twice with a boss, that's huge. That's absolutely amazing. I really like that change. Now we're going to talk about a nerf that does suck. Slaying Strike did get nerfed. 8% down to 5, so instead of doing 24% damage, we're going to do 15. It'll still be good, but it won't be as good. We have a new mythical unique item strictly for bleed, which I'm also excited about. Shattered Vow. So the power is execute enemies afflicted by more damage over time than remaining life. Let me say that one more time. Execute enemies afflicted by more damage over time than remaining life. So they are bumping up damage over time builds, because that is crazy. That happens all the time, so things are going to die much faster. The stats on this are crazy. The attack speed while berserking, I'm not a fan of. The damage over time is a massive additional increase. It's additive, but that's still crazy. And it has lucky hit to become berserking to make sure that your attack speed is also going to be high, because it gives attack speed while berserking. So this works really well with the Rage of Hergath, with Rend, with Rupture. This is going to be a one item that I'm really going to try to go for. I don't know if it'll be better than the Grandfather, because the Grandfather gives that 100x multiplier to our critical strike, which really does scale our gushing wounds. But this, I'm not sure which one's going to be best in slot. And then third place will probably be the Fields of Crimson. I am very much looking forward to the rune words and seeing how they interact and seeing what we can make with our character. And I think it's going to be quite interesting. I'm not a huge fan of the generator spender where you have to, gain offerings and then spend offerings. But until I try, I'm not going to knock it until I try it. I still think it could be a very good system. And in the notes here, they actually show you what all of them do, which is really awesome. Because now you can kind of build things in your head while you look at them. But most of the spenders are other skills from other classes. And that I think that's really neat. I think how they're mixing and matching things, I think that's super cool. I really like it. So another change with the Paragon is that the glyphs. Now the glyphs work like the D3 gems. If you remember Greater Rifts, you do the riff and then you upgrade your legendary gems to power level 100. That is how our glyphs are going to work. And with the Paragon board, we are only able to have 5 boards in total. You got your starter board and then you got 4 additional boards. And your glyphs are also going to have a radius of 5 instead of 4. So if we remember the Avatar of Zir, with the Avatar of Zir, this was a level 5 glyph, which is quite an increase from level 4. And because you can only equip 5 boards, and our final legendary bonus is going to be multiplicative, I think they want us to get more power out of our glyphs instead of just pathing to the next thing. So we're going to be able to hold 5 glyphs and we're going to be able to update them to level 100. Glyph radius increases at rank 15 like normal from 3 to 4. And then at rank 46, it's going to go from 4 to 5, which is huge. So that's going to be quite a bonus. They're bringing a lot of extra power into the game and a stat squish with also higher difficulty levels. So there's a lot going on here at once. So they're giving us 100 more Paragon points and they're giving us more power in our tempering recipes. This is going to be like a brand new game. This is going to absolutely change everything about the game. It seems like it's heading more into the realm of D3 a little bit. I think they're taking the best parts of D3 and the runes from D2 to make D4 a better experience. And I'm all for it. I'm all for it. So that is the Barb changes and most of the general changes in a nutshell. And I am definitely looking forward to playing on the PTR. I am going to link all these patch notes in my video. And if you guys want to look them over, there are more things I didn't go over. I just covered the major things that are really going to impact most of the game. There's a couple other things that I didn't really go over, but feel free to take a look. All right, guys, I cannot wait till the PTR. Posting a Ren video within the next couple days, and I will see you guys next time.